This is the heart of our story. Golu and Raji, brother and sister. And this was their whole world. This one small carnival. The other performers were their friends, their only family. This was home. On that day before their performance, Raji took her brother aside. "Did you forget, little brother?" she asked him. And she tied a rakhi to his hand, for it was the feast of Raksha Bandhan. Although it was a feast day, they still had coins to earn. So Raji walked on tight ropes and tumbled for the crowd. While Golu told his puppet tales of ancient times when demons walked the lands. A long, long time ago, a demon did penance. For showing such devotion, Brahma blessed him with immortality and a mighty weapon of all. Upon receiving, he united the demons to wage a war. Bhumi Devi urged him to stop. He killed her ruthlessly without thought. This angered Shiva greatly, and he stomped, dividing the continents. And the demons were forever lost. But as he spoke, the skies darkened and the earth shook. And other figures dressed as demons strode through the crowd. These were not masks. This was not a child's tale. As the demons turned to slaughter, Raji tried to reach her brother. He'd been hurt and he was scared, and she knew she must protect him. But in that moment, Raji failed, for the Garasura demons took Golu from her. Raji, awake, my child.
Golu! Golu! No! I'm so sorry, bhai.
She is so young.
A child. Remember Shiva's words.
It is so much weight to put on the shoulders of a mortal. Is this one strong enough?
Time will tell. Her brother and the other children had been seized by the Gadasura. I told her that she must be strong. Her journey would be difficult and full of unknowns. I blessed her with the Trishul, my most powerful weapon that Shiva had given to me. This, with Raji's own serenity and strength, would save her brother. There is fire in her. Yes, it must be tempered. But without that fire, she would have already given up.
Many mortals would not be brave enough to climb.
Our Raji has no fear of heights. Watch. See? She is learning to think and to use the skills of her childhood.
It is one thing to climb a pole and quite another to face a demon.
To save her brother, Raji must face the demons. She held the Trishul, and it was a gift of great power. It was blessed by Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and would help her stand against her terrible foe. But it was also a great responsibility. To wield it, she would need strength, courage, and belief.
Have any of you seen my brother? The other guard. Go, now! Before they come back. Where are you taking him?
Poor child.
She will find a way. Hear your pulse, the beating of a war drum. Feel your heart quicken, the strength flow through you. Fight, Raji. Be the warrior. You must admit, she shows promise.
She will need battle skills. That is so true, and they will be sorely tested. But that is not what I meant when I asked if she was strong. Look here, Durga. They have captured your own story. Ah, Mahishasura, the shape-shifter, the buffalo demon. Evil incarnate. Yet, without him, you would not have come to be. This is the moment when he was granted the boon by Brahma. No man could kill him. Ah, Mahishasura, the shape-shifter, the buffalo demon. Evil incarnate. Yet, without him, you would not have come to be. This is the moment when he was granted the boon by Brahma. And here Mahishasura seized the heavens, unkillable, defeating and driving out all the devas and even Indra himself.
The tree showed Raji a vision of Golu, of dark clouds and a gathering storm, threatening destruction on the world. And behind it all, a being of great power and malice.
The route is open to the fortress of Jaidar. She is indeed strong, Durga.
She is. I hope she is strong enough to bear what she finds inside.
I wonder sometimes that perhaps you may have fallen in love with the human race. Civilizations rise, and then they fall.
I will not see the demons live, nor the twisted mystic who leads them. What he did to Bhumi Devi was a terrible. Who knows what Mahabalasura plans now?
I hope that they do not break your heart.
Who had captured the children? What was their purpose? Had Raji known the truth, she may simply have given up. For this being was utterly ruthless, and the very heavens were at risk. Should be born of such a bloodline at exactly the time that is needed.
Who can say how such things come about? Not I. Ah, see, they have depicted Shakti's first address to us. I still hear her words echo, even now. I am Adi Parashakti. I am the absolute reality. She told us that she, the eternal font of energy, beyond form and limit, had created us to govern the universe as aspects of her power. Brahma, she gave the role of creator and set the wise Saraswati, the primeval sound, as his consort. Together they would create the universe. She assigned the role of preserver, of protector in all my needful incarnations, with Lakshmi as my consort, so that prosperity and wealth would be at my fingertips. Rudra would become the Lord of Time, both destroyer and regenerator of the universe, and would grow to surpass all Shakti's other forms. One half would become Lord Shiva, destroyer of evil. The other, but you know this, Durga, for the other half was you.
God will watch over us.
She has always been one of yours. And she's correct. You think too much of this one.
She is important. She holds hope for the mortals of the world. Of course I will watch over her.
It is strange, is it not, that a place of such beauty and intricate design should have been created as a bastion of war?
War is the means they are given to change the world. They only give it the respect that it is due.
War is not the only way.
There, it was Golu. Why did the demons want him? The creature summoned a dark mandala, a portal to another place. Raji rushed to stop them. But the demon chieftain blocked her path. And suddenly Golu was gone.
Surely a mere mortal is not too much for you.
How dare you fight me?
The demon defeated, the children rushed to thank Raji. But the stone had been weakened by the dark mandala. Perhaps Raji was about to die. Perhaps she had failed. And then the mystics came. They took Raji's body and they carried it away. As Raji drifted, a vision came to her. Who was that with her brother? What did they want? She awoke on the boat, and in the far distance she could see a city. Great kings of the past had fashioned it, and had given their lives for it. But now the inhabitants were enthralled to a vast, lurking shadow, stripped of their own will. The guardians blessed Raji, for she was the only hope for these people.
Where am I? What happened? Oh, my brother, you were so close. I swear I will find you.
Do I ask too much of her?
Time again will tell.
A white peacock. What can it mean? What are those creatures that chase it?
The Garuda Gate.
But see, Randa has the soldiers under her spell.
A fresh mortal at the gate? Greetings, little fly. Welcome to my web.
That is a shrine to mighty Lord Vishnu. This must be Hiranyanagari. I have heard such tales of this place.
She recognizes this.
Demons of Randa in my city?
Her shadow is long.
You must defeat them, Raji.
She cannot hear you, but she knows what to do.
See what they built in my name. A magnificent city, a prosperous city filled with marvels. Delicate carvings and intricate mechanisms, mills powered by water, wheels that turn other wheels, that open gates and lift great weights.
Jalasura, demons of water, mechanical slaves to Ranga. Careful, my Raji. Avoid their gaze.
Do you remember what I keep in my temple, Durga?
Of course. That gives her a chance. But the way is blocked. Look, the guardian waters are high.
There are mechanisms to lower them. But what does she know of cogs and wheels?
She is clever, this girl. She will find a way.
The famous guardians of Hiranya. They are restless. Something is wrong.
Randa has corrupted even the fish.
It can be put right with...
More corruption. She must cleanse this, Durga. She must cleanse all of this.
She will. And perhaps the tree will grant her another vision of the future. was this? What did this being want with Golu? To instruct him? To control him? Raji did not know what I knew. Here lay our greatest peril.
But what about us, Didi? Why do we have no mother, no father?
They are up there, in the stars, little brother. Speak to me. Will you not wake up?
These people have no will. Their minds are clouded by Randa's shadow. And so the city was taken without any way to fight back.
But they are alive, and so they can be freed. Dear, it is the story of Garuda. There were two sisters, Kadru and Vinita, the most dear of wives of Maharishi Kashyap. He granted each a boon to show his affection. Kadru asked to become the mother of 1,000 sons. Vinita asked for just one son, but that he must be more powerful than the 1,000 sons of Kadru. Blessed by the Maharshi, Kadru gave birth to 1,000 eggs. Vinita gave birth to only 2 eggs. With time, Kadru's eggs began to hatch. Inside each one was a coiling snake. Vinita, impatient and jealous that her sister's eggs had already hatched, took it upon herself to break open one of her own eggs. Inside Vinita's egg was a half-formed bird-like creature. Enraged by his mother's actions, he cursed her, saying that she would be a slave to Kadru until her second egg hatched. And if she did not show patience with that hatching, she would forever be a slave. And so, under the curse of a half-formed offspring, and through the machinations of Kadru and her Naga children, Vinita became a slave to her sister. Years passed until one day Vinita's second egg finally hatched. From it emerged Garuda, the king of birds. Seeing his mother's servitude, Garuda asked the Nagas to free her. They agreed, but on the condition that Garuda would fly to heaven and fetch for them the elixir of immortality. Garuda, for his mother's sake, flew to the heaven of the Devas. He was too powerful for the Devas to defeat, and so seized the elixir from them. I saw that Garuda did not want the elixir for himself, and so I manifested myself to him. Because his heart was pure, I granted him the gift of immortality. In return, he granted me the gift of becoming my mount, should I so desire it. I warned Garuda of the deceptive nature of the Nagas.
There. Now I can reach Lord Vishnu's temple.
Well done, Raji.
Maybe there I can find help.
The waters flow, my poison dispelled. You will suffer for this trespasser.
I am Varaha, the bull, who battled hidden Yaksha for 1,000 years and dragged the earth back from the cosmic ocean. I'm Kurma, the great tortoise, bearing the weight of the mountain on my back. I'm Matsya, the horned fish, who rescued Manu from the flood and led him to a place of safety. I'm Parashurama, the valorous great warrior who created the western lands with a throw of my axe. I'm Vamana, the dwarf who bestrode both earth and heaven. I'm Narasimha, with a man's body but a lion's claws and head, great protector against evil. Siddhartha, the awakened one, the sage and the teacher. I'm Rama, exiled prince, who rescued Sita from the demon Ravana and returned home in glory. I'm Krishna, the herder, the most compassionate, who steered Arjuna's chariot and guided his thoughts. I'm Kalki, rider with a sword of flame, who destroys the evil and ends the cycle of darkness.
Thank you for your many blessings, Lord Vishnu. I will use these in your name. But guide me, please, my Lord, for I do not know why I am here.
Child, save Mayura, and it will save you.
You will not underestimate me again. Blessed Vishnu, I never thought to see such sights.
Raji, you will go further than this and see many more wonders before your time is done. I have no doubt.
She will also see terrors.
Indeed, this place is beautiful, but at its heart stands the usurper Randa. I hope Raji is prepared.
The reflection in the water. What's that? Golu.
is under attack. Is it following me? Trying to reach for me?
This little fly has a sting. Who is this intruder, and why does she dare my wrath?
Now she must light the beacon. Go up, Raji, go up. Light the fire on high. Then be ready, for it is a fire that Randa cannot bear. See now, the evil reveals itself.
Be ready, Raji. Sword, shield, and heart.
Only prolong. You dare defy Randa! You can face me for so long. Who are you? We have fought before.
No one else will be your fool.
Make a soup of your heart and lungs, a little mortal.
Die, creature! Your time is done!
How can this be?
And she has triumphed. You said that it would be so, Durga. And yet, so many souls have been lost to Randa's greed.
It is a great victory, but Randa was never a clever creature. Now Raji must face the schemer behind Randa. How will she fare against Mahabalasura, who holds her brother's life in his palm? The mystic messenger was exhausted. He warned Raji of what lay in his land. A conqueror had come, bringing demons, death, and despair. But it was her only way to reach Golu. They must move swiftly. The mystic. He was badly wounded. Raji must continue on her own.
Mahabalasura has brought war upon the mystics. His own people.
It was inevitable. He tried to lead them, but his arrogance took him too far.
Raji must be careful. He may still have supporters amongst them.
As you say, it is war. And in war, all things are possible.
Beware, Raji. These creatures are bred for quickness and stealth.
They are weapons of war. In another circumstance, that might please you, Durga, goddess of war.
But not these. These are demons. I do not trust these mystics or their chief. Mahabalasura was one of them once. They have been separated from humanity for far too long.
The mystics are a part of Lord Shiva's balance in the world. The humans are weakened and the demons strong. A balance must be restored.
The gods are with me.
Surely now Lord Shiva must act. Look at the damage Mahabalasura has caused and may yet cause.
What makes you think Shiva does not act? What do you think brought Raji when she was most needed? Why do you think that her brother Guru was the one to be taken?
You spoke of Lord Shiva acting. This is his shrine. It is no coincidence that Raji finds herself here.
Time will tell.
Two born of the shadow of the sun will decide the fate of many a man. Baba, what do our ancestors' words mean?
Earth of Piplad, an aspect of Lord Shiva. When Piplad was just a young boy, his father Dadichi gave his own bones in sacrifice to the Devas to defeat the Asuras. Piplad asked the Devas why his family should suffer such bad fortune. And they told him it was simply due to the alignment of the planets. Piplad was furious at this fate and cursed Shani of the ringed planet, whose celestial home started to fall from the sky. The Devas interceded, pleading for mercy on Shani, for Piplar to lift the curse. Piplar agreed on the condition that Shani's position would no longer bring trouble on anyone of less than 16 years old. This is the marriage of Shiva to Sati, which angered Sati's father Daksha greatly. Daksha snubbed the girl and insulted Shiva in public. Sati was unable to bear it and threw herself into the sacrificial fire. Shiva fell into a great rage and pulled a lock of hair from his brow, lashing the ground with it. And there sprang up Veerabhadra, fierce warrior of Shiva, who destroyed Daksha and extinguished his fire. Even I could not stop him. The birth of Ashwatthama, gifted to his father Drona after many years of penance, born with a magical gem in his forehead that made him a mighty warrior. After Drona was killed through trickery, Ashwatthama issued a challenge to Arjuna. Both warriors used mantras to create mighty world-destroying weapons. Arjuna was wise and withheld his weapon, but Ashwatthama did not, instead directing it at Uttara, Arjuna's daughter-in-law, utterly destroying the lineage of the Pandavas. For that action, Krishna cursed Ashwatthama and cut the gem from his forehead. For thousands of years, he roamed the forests of the world with blood and pus oozing from his injury. It is rumored he walks there still. There was a time when I was to take from upon the earth as Rama. Lord Shiva was greatly pleased and wished to travel with my avatar in my journey to aid me. But Parvati begged him to stay with her. There was a devoted king, Kesari, of the monkey people, who prayed to Shiva for a child. And so, as a means to assist me, and as boon to Kesari, Shiva was born as Kesari's son and became Hanuman, who was helper to my Rama. This will be difficult for her to see, I think. War is not pretty.
It is destruction and death and bone and blood. It will not be pleasant, yet she must learn the extent of her enemy's malice. She's a demigod.
This is not her foe. This is the guardian of the land of the mystics. He's enraged by the corruption, by the taint of this invasion. She must win his trust.
chieftain's life was in peril. But then Raji stepped forward and finally faced her foe. She struck the invader, but his answering blow wounded her and threw her to the ground. Her foe was shocked. Raji had hurt him. That should have been impossible. Golu saw his chance, and he ran to his sister as their enemy disappeared. Raji was near death. But here she was among the mystics, most knowledgeable practitioners of magic. If they could not save her, then no one could. Finally, she was with Golu. But this could not last.
The Trishul should be wielded by a god, not a street performer. She is too weak. Who is she? A performer? A nothing. Who lost her brother? She will fail, and the world will fall. It should not be on her shoulders. She will fail. She lost Golu once. How can she hope to protect him now? She can't save him.
Didi, you lost me before, Didi. I don't know if you can save me. Please don't lose me again. There's no time. Please, sister. I need you. Didi, I'm here. I hope you can reach me. Raji, I need you. Can't you find me? Maybe you aren't strong enough. Maybe you can't save me. I don't think you will reach me in time. Why are we so far apart? You lost me before, Didi. Didi, please don't lose me again. I don't know if you can save me. Didi, oh my sister. You lost me before, Didi. I think you will reach me in time. Please don't lose me again. If only you try.
The mystic chieftain warned her. Their enemy was Mahabalasura, the outcast, the most powerful mystic ever born. The scroll that he had stolen held a mantra to rip open the gates of the Deva heavens. Raji was the only one with the power to stop him before he tore apart the world. Finally, Raji faced Mahabalasura. And he revealed the extent of his power. She must call upon everything that she had learned to defeat him.
So, you are the boy's sister.
I'll make you pay for taking my brother. Side.
I will make you suffer.
Know when you're beaten.
Her enemy had copied himself. Mahabalasura was on every side. Raji could not see the truth, that this was just a diversion. Mahabalasura had escaped Raji and stood at the gates, reciting the mantra. But why? And then, another voice took up the chant. Golu. It was too late. Although Raji still fought, the gates to the Dev heavens now stood open. Mahabalasura's design had come to pass, and Golu had been the key. Now what horror would be unleashed on the world?